remember when Trump called Georgia? He called the Secretary of State. He told him, I need to just find 11,780 votes. What did Georgia say? No. Well, Donald Trump called our governor, and he said, I just need a small change. I just need you to send me 5 congressional members. And what did our governor say? Sure. Give me a minute. Coming right up. While Texas are waiting for relief, Republican leaders are redrawing maps to silence voters, hijack our democracy.
Hi again, everybody. It's now 5 o'clock in the East. 1 hour ago, the Texas State House convened for another day of its special legislative session, but no business could be conducted as dozens of Texas Democrats left the state in protest yesterday, depriving Republicans of the quorum needed to move anything forward. More than 50 Texas state Democrats went to Chicago, New York, and Boston to fight back against Republicans' newly proposed congressional map. It would give the GOP a path to pick up 5 U.S. House seats in next year's midterm elections. It's a map that answers a direct request of Donald Trump's. Texas Democrats have called this move an attempt by Trump to rig the next election, as he currently reels from plunging approval ratings. The new congressional map put forward last week, NBC News reports, quote, would shift district lines in ways that would target current Democratic members of Congress in districts in and around Austin, Dallas, and Houston, as well as 2 already endangered Democrats representing South Texas districts that Trump carried last year. The Texas Democrats are showing they will not take this mid-cycle redistricting lying down. By leaving the state so the legislature does not have a full quorum, they hope to delay the work at the special session for weeks or longer. Here's Texas House Democrat Gene Wu in Chicago last night.
Governor Abbott is doing this in submission to Donald Trump, so that Donald Trump could steal these communities' power and voice. We will not be complicit in the destruction of our own communities. We're not here to play political games. We're here to demand an end to this corrupt process.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott, meanwhile, is using threats. He's threatening the lawmakers who left. In the last hour, he noted he has ordered the arrest of those he calls delinquent. He's talking about Texas House Democrats. He also has said that they, quote, may have committed felonies if they are soliciting funds to evade the fines they will incur under House rules. Texas House members face a $500 fine for each day they break quorum. In response to Governor Abbott's threats of expulsion and arrest, Wu, the Texas Democratic Caucus chair, simply said, quote, come and take it. This is not the first time Texas Democrats have left the state in order to try to stop the moves of their Republican counterparts. State Congressman Trey Martinez Fisher helped lead the action in 2021 in opposition to a bill that restricted voting rights. Here he is last night.
Republicans are stealing our democracy right before our very eyes. But guess what? Texas Democrats are here, and we have a message for Donald Trump. Not on our watch. That's right. We will not have our democracy taken on our watch.
That's where we start the hour. Texas State Representative John Busey, he is in Chicago with many of his colleagues who left Texas to help block the GOP redistricting plan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We just reported the news that Mr. Abbott has ordered the arrest of you and your colleagues. Are you aware of anyone being arrested as of yet?
No, I'm not. And I got to tell you, the second time this has happened to me, we're getting used to their bravado. But I think you showed the main point of what's going on here, where you showed Donald Trump's failing poll numbers. He's an incredibly unpopular president. He knows his policies are failing America, and he knows he can't win in the midterm elections. And that's why he's coordinating with Governor Abbott to steal 5 congressional seats in Texas, and Texas Democrats aren't going to stand for it. That's why we're here. We've run into the fight to protect the people of Texas. so their voice isn't stripped away from them by Governor Abbott and President Trump.
Is there any sign that the Republicans are backing down?
You know, we saw a Republican congressman in California file a bill today to say that we need to stop gerrymandering across this country. I couldn't agree with him more. And that's what we're hoping to do, is shine a light on what Greg Abbott and Donald Trump are trying to do. They can't win the midterm, so they're trying to steal them. We can't let that happen. This isn't a Republican or Democratic fight. This also isn't a Texas fight. This is an American fight, and we need everybody to step up and do their part to resist what Donald Trump and Greg Abbott are trying to do. I'm proud that the Republican in California did that. We must all be doing our part to stop gerrymandering everywhere that it stands, and we've got to do whatever we can to make sure that doesn't happen. Texans have a lot at stake that we need to be working for. We've got flood victims in Central Texas. We've got failing public schools because Governor Abbott refuses to support them. And we've got the worst health care in the nation. We could get to work to help the people of Texas instead of serving Donald Trump, which is what Greg Abbott's doing.
Well, let's deal with Texas for a second. I mean, what is it that makes Texans vote for people like Ted Cruz who leave the state during natural disasters, Republicans who have failed on the flood warning systems? That could be something that everyone would come together and work on in the wake of a horrific natural disaster and tragedy. I mean, what is it that makes Texans vote for Republicans anyway?
You know, Texas has some deep roots with the Republican Party, but I think actions like we're showing today is what leadership the Texans are looking for. They are fed up with the failures of Greg Abbott and Donald Trump. That's why they're trying to rig the elections. They know they're about to lose seats in Texas if they don't rig them. I think the people of Texas have woken up to their failures. They're looking for leadership, and they're seeing that Texas Democrats are delivering that leadership right now as we bring this fight to the entire country.
One of the reasons the California Republican might have made that statement is that I think California, if they did what the Texas Republicans are doing, could gerrymander Republicans out of their seats, right? I mean, do you support those efforts, fighting fire with fire?
Look, I don't support gerrymandering at all, but I also think if you're going to be at war, you got to fight fire with fire. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. We're trying to bring awareness to what's going on, and we need Greg Abbott to back down. We're going to kill this special session, and hopefully he will come to his senses. Remember that he serves the 31 million Texans, not the President of the United States, and that we will go, if we call another special session, it'll be to serve the people of Texas and help the Central Texas flood victims, not to do political games. So I don't want gerrymandering at all. We're going to resist it where we can. But I got to tell you, I'm proud that other governors are willing to fight fire with fire. And I also believe that they are willing to walk away from this fight if Donald Trump doesn't rig the game and if Greg Abbott doesn't support him and change the rules mid-decade.
What would get you on a plane back to Texas?
Look, let's take this. Let's kill this special session. Let's not put this power grab back on the table, and let's go back and help the people of Texas with Texas issues. That's what'll get me home, ready to fight for my constituents, for the 31 million Texans, and ultimately stop this charade of a power grab that will impact all 330 million Americans.